Thank you, audience.
I gotta say this before I go, dude. Right now there's a proposal going out to the city of Compton to change the street to Eazy E Street. Okay, to rename a street after Eazy E. My question is, would you think it should be Eazy E Street, Eazy E Drive, or just Eazy Street? Think about that for a minute.
I like Eazy Street. That just hits me good, like Eazy Street. It's like Electric Avenue. You know what I'm saying? It just like it gets you like, okay, recognize it right away.
And this is why I'm the Godfather, folks. I look out for everybody. I can't let that brother's legacy go unrecognized. I'm seeing people all over the world recognizing this brother in various ways. I see
Eazy Street already off top. I'm seeing Eazy Street. Yep. That's it.
Okay, so Easy Lane or Easy Street 100. Much
Easy
love.
Street, baby, because that's take me to Easy Street. Like it's a term. I love that.
Okay. All right, folks. Much love, Chris. Much love, everybody, folks. Yeah. So this is something that Lonzo is doing, not only as the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, but as the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. There's a Walk of Fame we're working on to recognize everybody from Compton. Compton's history started long before N.W.A, folks, but you got to be a little old to know that. Thank God I'm old. We definitely want to recognize Eazy E. He's one of the first hip hop millionaires out of Compton. What else?
Can you tell us how you met? Are you chilling? We chilling for a minute, or are we about to wrap it up? You tell me.
Ain't no hurry.
I'm saying, okay, cool. Because look, we got a lot of new people here, and they may know the name, they may not. But if you've seen Straight Outta Compton, within the first 5 minutes, you're in the movie, right? You're portrayed in the movie of Straight Outta Compton. He is he's the boisterous, loud club promoter who tells Yella and Dre not to play that loud ass hip hop music or whatever the case is. Boys in the Hood was recorded literally in the same studio that he's sitting in right now, 35, 40 or whatever years later.
Right.
Can you tell us, Lonzo, because we have new people here, let's tell everybody how you met Eazy E, and then we'll go from there.
I met Eazy E at Eve After Dark. Okay, they didn't put Eve After Dark in the Straight Outta Compton movie. Eazy wasn't driving a 64 Chevy, he was driving a Suzuki Samurai. Him and Dre came to the club, they was partners. And they came to the club trying to get in. And back in the day, Eve After Dark had a dress code. You couldn't wear certain things in Eve After Dark. And they both came wearing things that wasn't permitted with the dress code. And because I knew Dre's people, here's the crazy part, Dre's uncles and aunts lived on my street. We grew up on the same neighborhood, Carlton Avenue, right there in LA County. And I knew his people. Dre dropped some names on me. You know, my cousin, my uncle, and Betty, and Theodore, and Deborah. Oh, okay, cool. Come on in, man. Well, I'll tell you what, you a little young, but if you change your clothes, I'll let you in. And that was the deal. And a couple weeks later, he came back. He changed his clothes, had a little skinny tie on, and he came back with Eazy. Eazy still in her own jeans, still looking like he didn't belong in Eve After Dark. And we got into it. We had a little something. So I let Dre up, then let Eazy up on purpose because Eazy was talking shit. To keep your little ass out of there. And that night, Dre got on my turntables and rocked the crowd out again. Man, I tell people this story. I can't change it. I can't lie. I don't know how he got on my turntables. I didn't let him up there. Nobody got on my turntables without my permission, allegedly. But that day, he got up there and he did his Mr. Postman mix, and people danced in the club. They danced confused because Dre had Mr. Postman and Planet Rock jamming at the same time, and these records they're not supposed to mix, but he made them work. And shortly after that, Eazy started coming by the house. Before Dudos, Skateland, Dudos, I hadn't even got to Dudos yet. He'd come by the house and hang out with Dre, driving his Suzuki Samurai. And I was selling my bootlegs. I was selling bootlegs and surgery around the same time, damn near. And he saw I was making money with the shit, and he started talking to me about it. And he just hung around. He was never trying to be a rapper. He was never trying to be he wasn't trying to be a record executive. And then we started having some real success with the record industry, and he wanted to get into it. Rumor has it he got into it with one of his people. His cousin got killed, and he knew what the stash was. He didn't want to be in the dope game anymore. Although I know for a fact he stayed in for a minute because we made some phone calls and some other shit. I ain't gonna get into that shit on TV, but make a lot, on this call. But bottom line is he eventually wanted out, and I was his first consultant before Jerry Heller. In fact, I'm the one that introduced him to Jerry Heller. I helped him get us look at the Ruthless logo and look at any old crew cut drawings. They were drawn by the same person, Daryl Davis. I hooked him up with my lawyer. His first lawyer was my lawyer, Ken Clavens. I took him to the lawyer. I'll never forget when Eazy wanted his first contract. The lawyer says, how much is the contract? He said $600. And Eazy's face dropped. $600. And all he did was called his secretary, print out a contract. Okay. And he said, how much is it? $600. And Eazy like, $600? And I just looked at him and said, that's how much mine costs, Doc. And he said he wanted a fair contract. He wanted a fair contract. And most lawyers got different contracts already in their computers. They got the one with the little bitty dick in it. They got the one with the big ass shishka dick in it. Okay. And he wanted the one with the medium, with the mild dick. And excuse me, ladies, I know I shouldn't be saying it like that, but he wanted the one that was somewhat fair. And he paid $600. He went to a sock, pulled out the money, kind of, because most lawyers don't deal in cash, like they get their money in checks. And I took him around to everybody I knew, introduced him to Michel'le, took him down to the SWAT. Well, he's already going to the SWAT meet, but he didn't know Steve like that. And Steve, y'all know, rest in peace, would come by the house from time to time, and he owned the SWAT meet at the Rhodium SWAT meet, and he'd come by here, and I was already selling him boxes and boxes of my underground mixes. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And Eazy would be here and see me just give him boxes of records. My van would be full till Steve got here. And when Steve left, two things happened. My van was full, my van would be empty, and my pockets would be full. Great combination for me every Friday. Because Steve, he had to have his records for Friday for the SWAT meet on Saturday and Sunday. So I'd go pick him up on Thursday, van be loaded overnight, and Friday morning, my van be empty, my pockets be full. And that shit was just some good, it was just a good business lesson for a lot of people. In fact, if you like I said, watch the Sway in the morning interview with Mount Rushmore with E40, Cube, and Too Short, you'll see Cube gives me a big ass plug about people who influenced him. So Cube was here at 15 years old, hanging out. Dre was around here 18, 19. There was no Michel'le at that time. She hadn't been here. Cube, when we got our first record deal for CBS, I got Cube signed first. They called Wrecking Crew, but he asked me, did I have any other groups? And I really didn't, but Cube never just won a deal for K-Day, the best in the, they were the runner-ups in the Best in the West K-Day contest, and they lost to a group called Champagne Press and Curl, okay? And it was some bullshit how they lost, but nonetheless, it was just interesting. And I took, Dre put together a demo. I had my own demo studio at the pad. Dre put together a demo of a song called She's a Skag. You can probably find it on YouTube. She's a Skag. And that was a single deal we got for Stereo Crew. And shortly after that, Wrecking Crew got signed. But up until then, Eazy was just hanging around. He had very little interest being in the record business for a while. And then once he started seeing we got signed and some other things, and then we got signed and shit went bad for us. And that's what everything shifted. And he wanted to do a record company, but he was never supposed to be an artist. And people don't realize that even in the movie Straight Outta Compton, he was not trying to be a rapper. He was trying to just be a record executive, and he got thrown into the situation because some brothers that came to this very studio in my house where I'm sitting right now, HBO, Homeboys Only, did not want to do that. They were from New York and didn't want to do the song, because they couldn't relate to 6'4" Chevys and riding down the street in my 6'4". And Dre talked him through doing Boys in the Hood, and the rest of it's kind of history, folks.
And man, I'm telling you, if you guys don't know, you gotta check this channel out. We have so many stories